You know, we're seeing a new kind of war unfold right before our eyes. It's not being fought on traditional battlefields with tanks and soldiers. Nope. This war is being fought across the world's energy lifelines, the pipelines and refineries that literally power our entire global economy.
And listen, that's not an exaggeration. First Post nailed it when they called this a full-blown global energy war. We are talking about direct attacks on the oil and gas sites that are the absolute backbone of international trade. And it's triggering a crisis on a scale we haven't seen in a long, long time.
So just how widespread is this? Let's paint a picture here. This isn't just one or two isolated incidents. The entire Gulf region is being set ablaze, creating a map of conflict that stretches across some of the most important energy producers on the planet.
And I mean, the sheer scale of this is just staggering. We're seeing massive damage to refineries, to natural gas plants, and to export terminals in key nations like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, and Kuwait. This isn't random. It's a calculated, coordinated campaign across the entire region.
Okay, so this brings us to the big question, right? Why? Why is all of this happening right now? Well, the answer seems to lie in a really dangerous cycle of tit for tat, of attack and retaliation.
So you've got two very different stories here. On one side, you have the US and Israel, whose strikes are aimed at taking apart Iran's nuclear and missile capabilities. But from Iran's point of view, their actions are straight-up retaliation for an attack on their own turf, specifically a hit on their massive South Pars gas field. But, you know, it's never that simple. The story goes way deeper than that. There appears to be a very calculated economic strategy at play here, something that goes far beyond just simple revenge.
So you gotta ask yourself, is this really just about military payback, or is there something else going on? Because if you follow the money, the data suggests there's a much bigger target in play.
Okay, look at this number, $5.2 trillion. That is a staggering amount of money, and it represents the foreign investment commitments the United States got back in 2025. This number, this is the key to understanding Iran's entire strategy.
And here's where it all clicks into place. Just look at where that investment is coming from. The UAE poured in 27%, Qatar 23%, and Saudi Arabia another 12%. The very countries Iran is hitting are some of the biggest financial backers of the US economy. See the connection?
The Times of India put it perfectly. Hitting the UAE is akin to hitting the United States of America. The strategy here is crystal clear. If your missiles can't physically reach America, you hit its wallet instead. By attacking these Gulf nations, Iran is putting trillions of dollars pledged to the US in jeopardy. At the end of the day, this is economic warfare, plain and simple. Every single missile strike is designed to create what's called capital flight, basically to scare the heck out of global investors so they pull their money out of the region. And if that happens, the economic pain isn't just felt in Dubai or Doha, it's felt directly in Washington. Now, all of this, the conflict, the economic strategy, all of these threads lead to one single place, a critical flashpoint that is holding the entire global energy market hostage. For anyone who might not be familiar, the Strait of Hormuz is this incredibly narrow strip of water. It's the only way for ships to get from the Persian Gulf out to the open ocean. It is, without a doubt, the world's most critical choke point for energy.
And just how important is it? Get this, 20%. A full fifth of the world's daily oil supply has to pass through this one tiny waterway. If you control this strait, you control a massive lever on the global economy. It's that simple.
And this is Iran's ace in the hole, their ultimate trump card. They've made it absolutely clear. If the US or its allies attack Iran's power plants, they will shut down the Strait of Hormuz completely. A move like that wouldn't just be an escalation. It would trigger an immediate and frankly, catastrophic global energy crisis.
So let's pull back and look at the bigger picture. This is not just some distant regional conflict. The shockwaves are already being felt in every corner of the world, and chances are they're affecting you directly.
And here is the proof, right here in black and white. You can see the immediate, devastating impact on global oil prices. They didn't just climb, they skyrocketed, more than doubling from under $100 a barrel to over $211, the highest we've seen since 2008.
And that price spike at the top, it creates this painful domino effect for everyone else. We're all seeing gas prices climb at the pump. In Europe, natural gas prices jumped as much as 35% after a key facility in Qatar got hit. Economies in Asia are having to slash the refinery outputs. This is a full-blown supply chain crisis in the making.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. The International Energy Agency, the IEA, has called the situation very severe, and they added that world leaders simply failed to appreciate just how deep this problem could get. That is a chilling warning that this crisis is spiraling out of control.
So all of this brings us to a final, sobering thought. This conflict is a powerful reminder that our modern world, our cars, our homes, our entire way of life, it all runs on an infrastructure that has now become a battlefield. And it leaves us with one really critical question to think about. When energy becomes a weapon, who is it that ultimately pays the price?